Roman Atwood actually came out with some really spicy, wild, transphobic clip. This one's pretty fun, actually, in the sense that, first of all, I haven't heard that name in a long time. You guys remember Roman Atwood? He was like besties with FouseyTube, and he used to do really horrible pranks. He was one of the first pranks in the hood guys, actually.
I see.
And then he started making family content. Which
this is about to be the great,
like really popular for a minute, but it was always super phony. Because I know this guy he's not a wholesome guy. You know what I mean? Like I know that about him.
The pranks in the hood guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably not.
But
I used to watch him daily.
Daily?
Every day.
So what'd you think about
vlog.
that? It looks like the vlogs are done.
The vlogs are done. Yeah, he's doing his podcast now, which he's saying. I mentioned this before. He said something really sussy on his podcast like a year ago too about I think abortions, and I was like, what the fuck? He's like very conservative.
Try to pull that up.
Yeah, I'll try to find it. But he's very, that's the part that you didn't see during the vlogs.
Well, so he's getting into a fair bit of trouble right now
moving out
for like the most out of pocket. I cannot believe how out of touch people still are on like trans shit. They open their mouth and it's just like, wow, the fuck? Here it is. He's an old school YouTuber. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you don't.
He has 15 million subscribers.
He was huge. Well, back like, I don't know, 5 years ago, he was posting a family vlog every day and was getting like 1 million views every day. Maybe more, sometimes more. So he was definitely crushing it, man.
He was the one that gave Vitaly his comeback interview after he...
Yeah, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
Nobody's more deserving of a second chance than him. Oh, he's converted to Church of Latter-day Saints. That's Mormons, right?
Yes.
Who converts to Mormonism? Like
a lot of people.
The only reason you should be a Mormon is because your ass was born into it.
Isn't it the...
If you marry into it, you convert.
Dude,
like if your partner is Mormon.
Why? Why would you convert into that?
Oh, I don't know.
Good networking.
They are really good at networking.
Yeah,
it's true. Those guys stick together.
It's a business decision.
Yeah. I once, during a religion class, we had to go to a church from a religion we hadn't previously been to, and I went to a Church of Latter-day Saints, and the bread, they cut up Wonder Bread, like white bread, and then for the wine, it was water. Just like little cups of water. And then the church texted me for a very long time after that, saying, "Hey, Olivia, you want to come by?"
Dude, they're... Yeah. I tell you, bro, those Mormons are pretty wild. I'll be honest. Nice people, but wild.
So nice.
They're so nice, but that's part of what makes them so weird, too.
Great musicals, too.
Every Mormon I ever met, I've said this before, there's quite a few I knew in high school. They're the most friendliest people you can ever imagine. I'll never forget one conversation I had. This was a dude I was very friendly with. He was super nice. And I was curious about his religion because I didn't know a lot about Mormonism. I said, "Do you think me as a Jewish person am going to hell?" And he said, "Well," he's like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." And it's hard to reconcile because he's like so sweet, but also like you're gonna fucking perish in hellfire for eternity.
I mean, that's all Christians. Well, maybe not all. I'm sure that there's some denominations that think
there's a lot. There's a lot that share that opinion. You're right. It's just a wild like.
Also, by the way, study shows Mormons are the fastest growing religious group in the U.S.
Oh,
so
God.
to answer your question about who is converting to Mormonism, a lot of people, evidently.
As a fan of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, those Mormons are wild.
Whenever we talk about burning the witch, you know the era where we used to burn the witch?
Right, yeah.
That era never really stopped.
Didn't?
The type of witch we was burning changed.
And the nature of burning also changed.
What about it changed? Who's the witch?
Men.
Wow, you a bitch.
That's what he's implying.
Men.
It is. So anyway, Roman Atwood is getting a ton of backlash for his May 31st episode that was a week ago with his wife Brittany on the topic of the Bud Light controversy with Dylan Mulvaney. You can anticipate a really enlightened take here from Roman Atwood. You should put up the disclaimer that we disagree with him.
Let me find that.
Oh, right.
I
He's
just
not
look
here.
stupid.
Here, I got this disclaimer. That's not the one. We got this. Try not to cry challenge. We got
We're
this.
banging on all cylinders here, folks.
Well, I'm just manually looking for it.
No, I know. It's not your fault.
Give me a second.
Not your fault.
I found that clip I was looking for, by the way.
Drop it.
Drop it.
It was about them kind of admitting to belting their kids.
Oh, let me hear that.
Yeah. And I found that while just watching their podcast. They're kind of keeping it kind of
always catch me.
ambiguous or whatever
Which
it's
is
called.
super interesting because their whole shtick is like, happy family. We're the Atwood family. Let's freaking go. Of course, they beat
watch
their
the clip
kids.
because they're keeping it kind of
easy,
like
though.
it's disgusting though.
Okay, so right here at 1 minute 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
My father used a belt on me.
Yeah. Now you go to jail for that.
Really?
Nah,
I
but
should
he
be in
did.
jail?
Britt's like, I'm going to jail.
He did.
That's kind of like an admission, right?
Yeah.
One time we had our.
I mean,
Or do you think it's a joke?
No, I think
don't
that's
think
probably
you
real.
could say it's an admission.
All right.
Is that it?
Well, they keep talking about it, but I think that isn't that kind of like admitting it, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
Nah,
I
but
should
he
be in
did.
jail?
Britt's like, I'm going to jail.
He did.
Oh, Britt. He's talking about his wife.
It's
Yeah.
very easy though. My
Oh,
boop.
okay, I misunderstood.
And I could get you a couple loops, but you would always catch me.
You had it easy though.
Was
My
that his dad?
father used
Yeah.
a belt on me.
Yeah. Now you go to jail for that.
Fucking
Really?
disgusting.
Nah,
I
but
should
he
be in
did.
jail?
Britt's like, I'm going to jail.
He did.
I mean, it's still more common than you probably think. At least here, I can't speak on Sweden,
Yeah,
but in the States,
I've noticed
lots
in
of people
America
hit
it's
their
like
kids.
more accepted.
I mean, dude, literally, when I was a kid, people were beating their kids.
Yeah, I mean, lots of my friends growing up.
I feel
their
like
parents hit
that's
them.
like a relatively new
Yep.
train of thought that you shouldn't hit your kids.
Yep.
Pretty wild, but that's what it is.
So I think I'm realizing that disclaimer is in leftovers. Like that's where we normally
Cam
use
sent
it.
one. If
Cam
you wanted
sent
Oh,
to.
Cam sent one.
Yeah.
Sweet. Fucking sweet.
That show, The Leftovers, which is a great show, by the way.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you,
one,
Matt.
Cam, a lot. So yeah, as Dan cues that up, let me know when you've got it, and we'll get to our boy Roman Atwood, who's fully enlightened and
Okay.
on board with
Drop
modern thinking.
There.
Dan is queuing up the overlay that says we fully disagree with this dumbass idiot.
Open. Save as.
Dumbass idiot, fully disagree with this dumbass idiot.
Importing the image so that
Dumb
I can
ass
throw it
idiot.
up now.
Dumbass
Input.
idiot,
Gonna use images.
fully disagree with this dumbass idiot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we fully disagree with this dumbass idiot. Idiot. Idiot.
And drum roll, please.
That's idiot. Drum roll.
Hey.
All right, we got it.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
They used a man
Mm-hmm.
trying to be a female to promote beer, right?
An American, all-American.
If you're going
Trigger warning. This is like the most ignorant shit I've heard about trans people in like a decade.
Worse than Matt Walsh?
Well, in the sense, I think Matt Walsh is trying to
I think
be.
he's probably worse.
This man's being genuine in this moment. I don't even think Matt Walsh is genuine. He just, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's the ignorance.
I guess let's
a
see
man
What, see what he says.
Mhm.
trying to be a female to promote beer, right?
An American, all-American.
If you're gonna use a female, why not use a female that was born a female, that's capable of
If you're
birthing
gonna
children
use
and
a
raising
female,
them?
that
How
wasn't
about
the point of the.
Dude, there's plenty of women who have probably deals with Budweiser.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah, I don't think that's actually.
not exclusive. They don't disqualify each other.
trying to be a female?
But this whole notion of she's just trying to be a female. It's crazy.
To promote beer, right?
An American, all-American.
If you're gonna use a female, why not use a female that was born a female, that's capable of birthing children and raising them?
What the fuck does that have to do with it?
Relevant to the Budweiser commercial.
I'll tell you what, man, that ain't no female. I ain't drinking this Bud Light and no more.
How about dealing with a period every single month? Why not just give a woman that position?
He's going turf.
Bud Light would thrive if they did that. So what's the agenda? Why? I'm confused by that.
Smile more, unless you're trans.
Yeah, his thing
What
is
was on the
smile
agenda
more.
tonight?
He goes, he's doing the trans women are doing stolen valor, I guess, from men because they don't have a period.
What if
about it?
what if they were shooting that commercial and suddenly we needed a baby right then and there? What would we do?
Yeah.
Without the like what is his point? I don't understand the point.
So I think he doesn't think that trans being
He
trans
thinks
is a
that-
real
he-
thing.
He thinks the opportunity is being taken away from somebody that's a
real woman.
biological woman.
Right.
But the opportunity is the outreach to the LGBT community, right? So that is the opportunity, and that's why.
And again, there are lots of women, I'm sure, with deals with beer companies. This is not one of those things. I think his thesis seems to be that trans people are not real. It's part of an agenda. And why are you rewarding this guy who's pretending to be a woman? Is
To
what I'm
be a
getting from
female,
this.
to promote beer, right?
An American, all-American.
If you're gonna use a female, why not use a female that was born a female, that's capable of birthing children and raising them? How about dealing with a period every single month? Why not just give a woman that position?
Right.
Bud Light would thrive if they did that. So what's the agenda?
Bud Light would thrive if they only would sponsor a woman.
If only there was a woman in a Bud Light commercial.
They would be thriving. But yet.
Why?
Is this a new clip, by the way?
Yeah, this just happened like 2 days ago.
Why?
Or a week ago, I think.
How long? It's like 3 months ago that this fucking Bud Light thing happened.
They
I thought we
love
moved
this
on to Target.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, you're way behind, man. We need to be talking
Are we
about
talking about Bud Light?
Target's grooming.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A and shit.
It's so remarkably ignorant that people are still saying this shit.
I'm confused by that.
are
Why is Woman of the Year
Not a been a woman
biological woman?
forever?
What woman of the year?
Woman of the year.
Who's woman of the year? Yeah, this was from May 31st, a week ago. Who's woman of the year?
And also just like no matter what the answer to that is, because the answer is most likely, some magazine.
Well,
it's like, who cares?
Caitlyn Jenner was woman of the year like a decade ago.
Is that what we're talking about? So
I can't think of any other woman of the year.
It's just like, do we take that seriously? Do we care?
Well, it was 10 years ago. It was one time.
Can anybody name any other woman of the year from the
Google
last 10 years?
AB, ask ChatGPT.
Who's the most recent woman of
How
the
many
year?
trans women have been named woman of the year?
Not been a woman
Biological woman.
forever.
Like if
I
I
was
was
gonna say
a woman,
not a woman,
if
but
I
yeah.
was a woman, I would be pissed.
That's weird.
Well, guess what? We're not. I'm not.
You good?
You're
I'm
you're
fine,
slept.
actually.
You're slept. I'll tell you what, man. If I was a woman, I'd be pissed off because that could have been my money. This Dylan Mulvaney, she's stealing my money. He's so dumb. I mean, you can just see his face. He looks like a cartoon character. He's got like kind of a Gumby ass looking face.
I would be so pissed. Like I've seen
You sound pissed now, and you're not a woman.
people comparing like some of the men, women, transgender men, women. I'm getting it all backwards. To like doing blackface.
Right.
Is it like literally making fun of women?
You've heard that? I've never heard that. That's pretty crazy.
That's a new
dude.
one.
That's a new
Yeah,
one to
that is
me.
the
That's fucking wild.
Most ignorant takes I've ever heard in my life.
So the existence of trans women on its face is an assault. should be an insult, an attack on women everywhere, because they're parroting women by
The goal is to make fun of women, I guess.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
ChatGPT doesn't have that info.
Here's the thumbnail and title of this episode. Enter at your own risk. Chris from Mr. Beast, Bud Light sales plummet, and Target. Oh, they hit them all.
Transphobia super episode. I see.
Who's watching this? Like, this is the most uninsightful, proudly ignorant, unnuanced, dumb fucking podcast ever.
No, I'll tell you why it's even worse. Who's watching that? It's his old fans, the young kids, bro, below 18, 100%. I bet that they're
seriously?
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
because
Because what adult's gonna stumble upon this guy and like him? It has to be his old fans.
What kid would watch this? This is so lame.
Yeah, right.
No. I mean, like kids will stumble in because his normal videos, he's doing like videos with the old like vlog members that he did before. So people are gonna come back and like watch, and hopefully most people see that he's a fucking piece of shit.
He's just an idiot.
But,
He's just
yeah,
like
but
dumb.
a lot of kids are definitely gonna watch that and like just listen to him. 100%.
Being trans is like doing blackface. That's awesome.
I would be pissed. I would be so pissed. Like, I've seen people comparing like some of the men, women, transgender men, women, I'm getting it all backwards, to like doing blackface.
Right.
Is they're like literally making fun of women.
Right.
Dude, you are so fucking dumb.
And they're getting their parts and they're getting their roles and they're beating them in sports.
What
and
the fuck? This man thinks there's an army of trans women taking leading roles. That's just Shredder, charged Alfredo. They're taking the roles, they're taking the jobs, they're taking our men.
They're taking our random one-off Bud Light.
They're taking our Bud Light sponsorship.
Like what?
The trans women are invading. They're leaving nothing left for the real women.
I just love the throwing out there. They're stealing the Woman of the Year. Like, again, it's like, I looked at like Woman of the Year 2022, right? Last year. I mean, USA Today names a Woman of the Year, Time Magazine.
That should have gone to
World Athletics, Glamour, Billboard. Like, that doesn't mean anything. It's just like a meaningless. It's like the steamies that we do. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, there's no like prestige behind it at all. So who gives a shit? And like you said, it was once like 10 years ago.
He deserved all of them. The Woman of the Year awards.
It's just, who cares?
I wonder if he's
My
just.
Woman of the Year.
I wonder if he's at a point of irrelevance that he's just like, time to grift.
No, I think he genuinely. I don't think he. I think he's.
No, I
he's
think he
being for
believes
real.
that, but I
Not-
think he's like.
Well, if you go to the channel, I think he does a lot of this shit.
Well, he has suppressed those things, these like kind of ideas for
That's
a
what
long
I'm
time when
saying.
vlogging. He never talked about it. Now I think he's too comfortable. Honestly, I think he's comfortable.
Oh yeah,
He
that's
doesn't really
for
care.
sure.
Yeah.
Although maybe this is an opportunity of dispelling some ignorance on his part.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a topic that just I can't figure out. I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to try a little bit. I try to think, but nothing happens.
I
And
don't,
again-
I don't.
Awesome, right? Pretty wild. There it is. Roman Atwood. Smile more, people.
Try to think, but nothing happens.
We love it.
People are saying I care about the steamies. Okay, I didn't mean to disparage the steamies. I'm sorry. You're
Well, we got to do Women of the Year
I'm
this
sorry.
year now.
We should do
Give
Women
it
of
to
the
a
Year.
trans woman.
But I mean, even our audience can admit it's like if let's
It's
say
silly.
let's say we had Women of the Year this year, and we gave it to Jeff Wittick, and then and then 10 years from now, you're bringing it up on a podcast about how fucked up that was a decade later. That's
I tell you what, man, that Jeff
Okay.
Wittick won Woman of the
Okay.
Year. I'd be pissed.
Okay.
They taking away our jobs.
It's like one, it happened once forever ago, and two, who cares who won this random award? I don't know.
Oh, this is great. Roman Atwood, Smile More, put out Pride merch just this year. This man.
I will point out that there is no trans flag on there.
Right. I guess that's, yeah. But I mean, it's a pride flag. Do we need to do, is that the new iteration?
I feel like, I mean, after seeing that clip, it feels intentional to omit that, does it not?
Pride is not a virtue.
I
Seems
don't
like
know.
he's just trying to fucking make money.
Yeah,
out of the community. It's kind of even more shameless.
It's so fucking crazy. It's awesome. What's with these cups too? What's the relation there?
G Fuel.
Lead
Yes,
fuel?
G Fuel.
Lead
Yeah.
fuel?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd
Yeah,
have to be
it's a
psychotic to
collaboration.
drink that garbage.
Yeah.
Literal tar.
This match is from 2015.
Oh, it is? Okay, rip.
Yeah.
So that's great. We've gone backwards.
So we're regressing.
Yeah, we love that. Team YouTube responded. They said, "Hey, so sorry you're still experiencing this. Could you tell us more about what you're seeing? Feel free to." So this means they have. This is what they told me a week ago.
Bitch, your shit is flipped.
Just like I don't know what to tell these people. The app closes when it happens. It happens to everyone watching on the app. Also, my notifications are working. So sorry you experienced this. Mind sharing this in our feedback tool? I don't know how other ways to tell you guys this. Yesterday they said we're aware of it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yo, Terry Joe for Woman of the Year, someone said. That's so true. That's so true. Or maybe the Woman of the Year should be Roman Atwood.
Maybe.
I think Roman would love that. I
You
think we should
know?
do that.
Like,
We are women, we are men.
so I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. They can't. They don't know what's happening. What screenshot can we send you? It just says there's an error and the app closed. Well, if you can provide them any information, please do here, because this isn't getting fixed. So weird. Are we the only people with this problem? How are they not aware of it?
I wonder if it's. I hope the mic didn't
Okay.
pick my voice up cracking.
No,
but,
nobody heard that.
thank
No,
you.
no, no, no.
I wonder if it's because Apple's updating its software. If that has anything to do with it. Their conference that they're doing right now, they just talked about iOS 17. So I wonder if it has something to do with that.
You mean people need to update their iOS, or
I'm not sure.
I've
I
seen
don't know
people
if-
say